Ra Gauri, Gwareri, Mahalla first, Chopade, Dupade. Ra Gauri, first Guru, Chopadas, Dupadas. The Creator of all is one, the only one. Truth is His name. He is doer of everything. He is without fear and without enmity. His form is immortal. He is unborn and self-illumined. This is realized by Guru's grace. While intellect and speech are paltry, the fear of God is overpowering and of mighty weight. One has to walk by placing God's fear on his head and bear its weight. By the grace of merciful Lord, through the Guru, meditate on the universal Creator. Without the fear of God, none crosses the world ocean. Lord's fear and dread bedecks man's love for Him. The fire of fear within the body is burnt away by the fear of God. Through this fear of God, we are adorned with the word of the Shabad. Whatever is shaped without Lord's fear is altogether worthless. Useless is that mold, and useless are those strokes hammered on that mold. The desire for worldly drama arises in man's intellect. Despite manifold cleverness, the warmth of Lord's fear does not come into play. O Nanak, the speech of an apostate, self-willed manmukh is like a mere wind. Worthless and empty is his preaching. Gauri, first Guru, place the fear of God within the home of your heart. With this fear of God in your heart, all other fears shall be shooed away. What sort of fear is that by which fear of death is frightened? What sort of fear is that which frightens other fears? Without thee, there is no other place of shelter for me. Whatsoever happens is by thy divine will. Fear would assail us if we have any other fear than that of Lord. To be awed with fear other than fear of God is but the mind's constant turmoil. By itself the soul does not die, neither does it drown, nor does it swim across. He who created does everything. By the hukam of His will we come, and by the hukam of His command we go. Before and after birth, the mortal remains subject to His absolute command. In the self there exist violence, attachment, desire, and pride. There is great hunger for these, like the raging torrent of the wild stream. Let the fear of the God be your food, drink, and support. Without nurturing God's fear within them, the fools perish away. If anyone really has anyone else, how rare is that person? All are yours, and you are the Lord of all. All beings and creature, wealth and property belongs to thee. O Nanak, it is difficult to describe His reality. To whom belongs all mortals, living and non-living, wealth, land, oceans, and all else. Gauri, first Guru, let wisdom be my mother, contentment my father, and truthfulness my brother. These shall be my true and special relations. People try to describe Him, but He is indescribable. Your omnipotence, O Lord, cannot be appraised or estimated by anyone. Modesty, humility, meditation on the True One are my two parent-in-laws, and I have made good deeds to be my wife. Union with God is our betrothal, and separation from world is our marriage. Such union, says Nanak, has given birth to truth as a child born. Gauri, first Guru, the body is the union of air, water, and fire. It is plaything of the fickle and unsteady. It has 9 doors, and then there is the 10th hidden gate. Reflect upon this and understand it, O wise one. That Lord is the speaker, teacher, and the listener. He who reflects upon his own self is truly wise and comes to realize God. The body is of dust, the wind speaks through it. Then tell me, O wise one, who is the one who has died. It is the inner awareness, conflict, and pride that have died, but the merciful He who views all does not die. The valuable jewel for the sake of which you go to pilgrimages and banks of the holy rivers is lying within thyself. Pandits, the religious scholars, read and read endlessly. They stir up arguments and controversies, but they do not know the secret jewel lies deep within the self. I have not died. That evil nature within me has died. The one who is pervading everywhere does not die. Says Nanak, the Guru has revealed God to me, and now I see that there is no such thing as birth or death. Gauri first Guru, Dakhni, am ever a sacrifice unto him who continually hears, understands, and believes in the God's name. Those whom the Lord himself leads astray find no resting place or abode. Thou impart understanding and unite us in thy union. I have attained the Naam which shall go along with me in the end. Without the name, all are held in the grip of death. My farming and commerce lie in seeking shelter of the Lord's name. The mortal is bundle of seeds of sin and virtue. Lust and anger are the wounds of the soul. The evil-minded one forget the Naam and then depart soiled. True is the teaching of the true Guru. By realizing the truth, real worth of the true Naam, the body and mind are soothed and composed. The test of Gurmukh is when in the midst of the world he remains detached, just like the water lily and lotus in the water. Those imbued with the God's Shabad are sweet like the juice of sugar cane. By the hukam of the Lord's command, the castle of the body has 10 gates. The 5 passions dwell there, together with the divine light of infinite. The Lord himself is the merchandise, and he himself is the trader. O Nanak, through the name of the Lord we are adorned and rejuvenated. Gauri first Guru, how can we know where we came from? Where did we originate and where will we go and merge? How are we bound and how do we attain liberation? How do we get intuitively merged into the eternal, imperishable Lord? With the Lord's name in the heart and the ambrosial Naam on our lips, we rise above desire like the Lord. By nature's command we come, and by nature's command we depart. From the mind we originate, and into the mind we are absorbed. Guided by Guru as Gurmukh, we are liberated from worldly entanglements. He who ponders upon the divine word of the Shabad is delivered through God's elixir Naam. At night, many birds settle on the tree. Some are happy and some are sad. Caught in the desires of the mind, they perish. And when the life night comes to its end, then they look to the sky. They fly away in all 10 directions according to their preordained destinies. Those committed to Naam see the world as a temporary pasture. The poisonous pitcher of the lust and wrath at last burst. Without the merchandise of the name, the body, house, and the mind store are empty. By meeting the true Guru, the adamant shutters of the mind opening towards the Lord are flung open. The holy saint is met through perfect destiny. The Lord's perfect people rejoice in truth. Surrendering their minds and bodies, they find the Lord with spontaneous ease. Nanak falls at their feet. Gauri first Guru, in lust, anger, and maya, the wealth and worldly possessions, thy mind is ever engrossed. The conscious mind is ever awake to falsehood, evil, and attachment. Thou hast amassed the capital of sin and greed. O my mind, with the immaculate, the Naam of the Lord, swim across the river of the life. Great, great is my true Lord. I seek your all-powerful support. You are my prop. I am a sinner. You, O Lord, alone are pure. When fire and water join together, and the breath roars in its fury. The tongue and the sex organ each seeks to taste the relish. The eyes which look upon lust do not know fear or love of God. Conquering pride, one attains the name. One who dies in the word of the Shabad shall never again have to die. Without such a death, how can one attain perfection? The mind is engrossed in deception, treachery, and duality. Whatever the immortal Lord does, that comes to pass. So get aboard the boat when your turn comes. Those who fail to embark upon that boat shall be beaten at the Lord's portal. Blessed is that Gurdwara, the Guru's gate, where the praises of the true Lord are sung. O Nanak, the one unique Creator Lord is pervading home and hearth. Gauri First Guru, the invented heart lotus has turned upright by meditation to the Lord. From the sky of the 10th gate, the ambrosial nectar trickles down. The Lord Himself is pervading the three worlds. I, O my mind, do not stoop before doubt. When the mind surrenders to the name, it drinks in the essence of immortalizing ambrosial nectar. Win thy life game, O man, by accepting in thy mind the truth of death. When self is erased, the individual mind comes to know the supreme mind. By awakening of the inner vision, one recognizes one's own home deep within his self. Devotion of God's Naam, the name of the Lord, is like austerity, chastity, and cleansing baths at sacred shrines of pilgrimage. Of what good are ostentation displays? The omnipresent Lord is the inner knower of all hearts. If I had faith in someone else, then I would go to that one's house. But where should I go to beg? There is no other place for me. O Nanak, through the Guru's teachings, I am spontaneously absorbed in the Supreme Lord. Gauri First Guru, meeting the true Guru, we are shown the way to die. Remaining alive in this death brings joy deep within. Overcoming pride, the highest stage of 10th gate, is found. Death is preordained. No one who comes can remain here permanently. So chant and meditate on the Lord and remain in the sanctuary of the Lord. Meeting the true Guru, duality flees. The lotus heart blossoms forth and mind gets attached to the Lord God. One who remains dead while yet alive attains supreme bliss hereafter. Meeting the true Guru, one becomes truthful, chaste, and pure. By stepping on Guru's ladder, one rises higher and higher. By perfect good fortune, the fear of death is conquered. By uniting with the Guru, one merges into the Lord's lap. Bestowing His mercy, the Guru reveals Lord's mansion within one's own house. O Nanak, by conquering pride, the Guru unites us with the Lord. Gauri First Guru, none can erase past deeds. We cannot know what shall befall hereafter. Whatever is His will, that comes to pass. There is no other doer except Him. I don't know Thy grace or how great Your gifts are. The karma of actions, the dharma of righteousness, duty, and social caste distinctions are all done in Your name. O Lord, You are so great, O Giver, O great Giver. The treasures of devotional worship are ever brimful and never exhausted. Pride shall provide contentment to none. The devotee's life and soul are all at Thy disposal. Thou takes and gives life, and by Thy grace unite the mortal with Thee. By Your will You cause one to meditate on Your name. Thou art all wise, all seeing, and all true. O my Supreme Lord, bless me with the Guru's guidance. My complete faith is rested in Thee alone. He whose mind is imbued with the love of the Lord has no filth in his body. By the Guru's words, the true Lord is recognized through the true Shabad. All might is Yours and blissful joy lies in Thy name. Nanak says, Thy devotees ever abide in Thy sanctuary. Gauri First Guru, One who utters the unspoken and drinks in the nectar forgets other fears and gets absorbed in the name of the Lord. Why should I fear when all the fear sinks in the Lord's fear? Through the Shabad, the teachings of the perfect Guru, I recognize the true Master. The mortal whose heart is filled with the omnipresent Lord's essence is spontaneously blessed and acclaimed and intuitively absorbed into the Lord. Those whom the Lord puts to slumber evening and morning, those self-willed manmukhs are bound by death here and hereafter.